Okay, so we are now on page 48 in my book. It should be page 53 or something, or 57, I'm not sure, in your book. I think it might be 55 in your book. Okay, so on the question here, the given figure shows the front view and top view of a simple model. Draw an isometric view of the model. Make A the lowest point of the drawing. So now when you look at this drawing here, it's not an isometric view anymore, it's now orthographic. So isometric drawings falls with mechanical drawings. So this is third angle, and we can see that by looking at the symbol. So when we look at point A on our question, there and there, that is point A. So now because we are on third angle, top view is at the top and front view will then be below that. So that is what we are seeing here. Okay, so now to start off my drawing, they say A is my lowest point. So from A I have a little gap here. Remember, on the front view we cannot see that gap because this is a two-dimensional view of the drawing. So, but when we do projection, you can see that this line goes to that corner there. Okay, then this back piece that you're seeing here is actually now this piece here, and then this shape that you're seeing here is this that we're looking at the front. Okay, so now they say my total distance from A to my left hand side is 60, and from A to my right hand side is 40. Okay, so I am looking at the top view to find my width and my depth. On my front view I will find my height and maybe some other dimensions of my widths or depths depending on which view you are looking at. So I'm now firstly going to measure my 40 millimeters. So actually I'll first draw a construction line for my base, so that's where I'm starting off. Construction lines there, not any given distance, they are just there. Okay, then I'm going to set my compass on 60. Let's do the 60 side first. So I'm setting my compass on 60. So you see there's my 6 from 0 to 6. Set my compass on 60. I will then set it on A and scribe my 60. And now that is now to my right hand side of my drawing. Now to my left hand, this will be to my left hand side of my drawing. To my right hand side of my drawing, I firstly have a 10. So I'm going to first scribe my 10. Scribe. Then I'm going to set my compass on 20. And scribe. And then back at 10. And scribe, and look that I am every time setting it on the scribe that I just scribed, okay, to make the next measurement. So now I'm going to give my drawing height on these dimensions. So firstly I want to just draw like a cube. So if you have mechanical technology, you will know that when you work on the lathe you always start off with a piece of raw material. So this is the same principle. I want to create a cube that is basically my raw material that I'm working with. So now I have my height lines here, firstly to just get my cube. I want to now actually determine my height. So my total height is 40, but I'm working on 10 and then on 30. So there on 30, so from the 10, 30, and that is my total height. So now I'm going to do my isometric lines on the 10 to my right hand side and on the 30, and I will also do them to the left hand side. And again, please work accurately. Work from where your line and the scribe intersects one another, and not from like the edges of the scribes. So where your height line, or your midline, and your scribe intersect one another. And then I'm just going to close off my cube so you guys can actually see how this rectangular raw piece of material is looking. Okay, so this is basically like a raw piece of material. I just want to zoom in for you guys here. Do you see that? It's a raw piece of material that we are working with. Okay, so now we need to machine it if we're talking about mechanical terms, since we are working on mechanical drawings, to actually get the end result of what we want. So now I will project the rest of my lines that I have here on my right hand side to the top. So for this one, I'm not going to do the full height, because this 10 is actually just for this piece here which is in front. Whereas with this one, it is basically the total height of my drawing. Okay, so now I have this. So this is that L shape that I'm now going to get. So I will draw this in solid for you, so you can actually see how we are now going to build up on our drawing. So taking away pieces that we don't want, or actually then leaving them in construction, and then the pieces that we do want, we actually draw them in solid. Okay, so there is basically one of my sides already completed. I now want to do projection for this to the opposite side. So there, where those two, this line and that line meets, I'm going to project them in construction across. This one as well, I will project it in construction, this corner across. You see it lines up directly with that line there. And also now this top corner here across. Okay, so now once I have that, I can almost see my completed drawing. I will take sorry, my leg just came out here. Okay, so where that corner is now there, I'm going to project that straight down to this line that I just projected across from here, because that's not actually going to give me that corner. This one across is that one, and then that one down is from there. Okay, so like that, and that will be a solid line. Okay, here in the front, this line will also be a solid line. And then now on my 30-degree angle, I will connect those two points. Just here. Okay, and now I'm basically looking at my raw piece of material as a how can I say, as like a bracket, but then it has a little piece cut out here in the front if I look at this. So now I'm going to look at this dimension, which is 30. So my compass was lost on 30, but just to make sure, I'm just going to reset it. And then from A, remember if that's 60, it's 30 to both sides. So you can choose if you want to measure from this side here, or if you want to measure from A side. It's going to be exactly the same thing. So I just measured at the top. You can actually also measure here at the bottom. Set your set square so that it is on a non-isometric line, which is now a 90 or 0 degree line here, like that. And then just this one's going in, and now only up to the 10 that I projected. So only up to the 10. Okay, project that one across. 90 degree line. So from there straight down, and then 30 degrees. On this angle here, and then just not forgetting this little line here. Just want to check something is wrong here. Okay, so if you find an error in your drawing, just make sure that you retrace your steps and you find that error that you have for working with. So one of my one of my lines I projected skew, which was this one, and then that actually caused my whole drawing to be askew. And there we go, and that is my completed drawing. Okay, just to zoom in for you, there we go. Okay, so please do complete the other two drawings as well.